Good morning, everybody. So today I wanted to talk to you about how the narcissist grooms you. And so in the very beginning, as a child in these families that you grew up in your own family unit, before you even met the narcissist, you're groomed to take care of the narcissist hierarchy. And that consists of, if the narcissist knows that you're not going to become a narcissist, or they can't convert you as a golden child, then you become the scapegoat. And they will place this on a family member. Sometimes it will switch back and forth because they love triangulation. But typically it sticks to one person. And so it's obvious that if you're watching this channel, typically, if you're not a narcissist, you're going to be a scapegoat or an invisible child, or like the comedian type, where you had stress and your family, and it was so stupid, because I went through this a little bit, where you just kind of crack jokes and to some degree are like, this is so stupid, man. If I don't crack a damn joke about it and make it somewhat funny, then I mean, if I can't make this into, because a lot of times it's so stupid to a scapegoat what we see. Because it's like innately we are truth seekers. I mean, we can't explain it so much at that early age, but that's how we think. That's how we believe. And it's like nobody taught us these things. It's just we kind of are what we are. And so you become that type of person. Typically, you're going to be like a scapegoat type, or comedian, or the invisible child. And those types are the ones that end up coming out of this to some degree. Not unscathed by any means, but to a place to where you can repair and to heal, and through God you can get complete healing. It really ends up being how much that you want that healing and how much faith you put in to the Lord. But at the same time, you're dealing with a situation where you grew up in this family unit, and you were taught to people please. You were taught to react and not respond. It's like everything that the narcissist does, or they're going to train you up to do, you got to know that if the narcissist relationship is opposite of everything, then the way they trained you up is going to be opposite of everything that you should do. And they always want to keep like the scapegoat type down, because they want the scapegoat to be around forever. Even the narcissist hierarchy does. In my humble opinion, once you leave the family unit, they have to pass the baton to your boyfriend or girlfriend, or your husband or your wife, or whoever it is that is the narcissist that takes over until you wake up. Now that's a whole nother dynamic. You're enmeshed in a family unit, and that's from a parental point of view. But then another type of energy hits you when you get into the love partner situation, and that's why you don't really wake up right away, because it's like Satan, sees you, knowing that you don't want to be around anybody that's like your family. So then he sends somebody that's, maybe got some looks to him, and, to love bomb you for the first time in your life, and then to get you under the second stage to the web to keep you down and continue to hold you down from your purpose in your life. And that's what happens. But that's why a lot of times the narcissist hierarchy doesn't like whoever your boyfriend or girlfriend is, because what happens is you're taking supply, or they're taking supply from the narcissist hierarchy, and they don't like that. Now, when you break up with the narcissist love partner, they'll be best friends. How about that one? Because now you're giving supply to neither one of them. So now, of course, they team up and they become best friends. They hate each other while you're together, but as soon as you break up, they get together and become best friends, because they are in one accord, and you are not equally yoked. And I remember telling my narcissist hierarchy that, parental figure, and it shocked her, man. And I just, as much as I hate to talk about my personal stuff, because I really don't, it kind of slips out a little bit, it is what it is. But that's kind of what happened in my case, and I believe that the baton is passed because it's a generational curse. And the only thing that wakes you up to generational curse in this situation, a lot of times I'll say it's the betrayal. It's the betrayal. That's what really triggers and sparks the awakening. It's abuse, of course. terrible abuse. It's verbal, most definitely. And, you know, a lot of times it could be physical especially if you're female, you know, I mean, but nevertheless, it is on all levels. I mean, the narcissists, at some point, they insidiously work, but they get you on all levels. But really what I believe wakes you up is the betrayal, and how, you know, you are built in truth, love, and you cannot, I don't think God will continually allow you to reap a negative harvest if you're really a good individual that's unawoke. The problem is, in a situation with this, is everything is by your consent in this world system. And a lot of times you may not know exactly what you're getting into, but it's kind of like God allows you to have the information out there and your intuition and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, if you're not going to be keen to it, or you're going to allow like your flesh to take over, or your ego to take over, or, you know, fear to take over, you know, if you're a codependent, any of those things, there's different things that will get you to stay in these relationships. And I have went through some of those things in my relationship, so I'm just gonna be completely honest with you, and I know you have too. But those are, you know, ways. And then what happens is the grooming started there, and then the narcissist love partner takes the grooming to the next level. I also believe the first one that comes to you is going to be a borderline, and then it comes back 7 times stronger. You know, like it talks about the guy who cleaned his house in the Bible, and then because he didn't do anything about clean the house, you know, he didn't really fix whatever or heal his issues, kind of way I take it. You know, the next one that came to him had a little better outer shell, and then they had 7 times as strength in, you know, the negative energy in them that's going to come at you and hit you, nail you harder. And that's when you go from borderline to narcissism, and then from narcissism to maybe histrionic, and then sociopath and psychopath. I mean, there's somewhere along the lines it goes into that, and the malignancy starts to hit you. But when you at some point wake up from the betrayal, usually you start to continually walk this thing backwards. It even could be physical sickness, like an autoimmune disease, because I felt all of these things, man. I've dealt with, listen, that's how I got into the medical field, is because I started getting sick myself, because I was with the narcissist and taking the brunt of that, you know, mental and psychological and spiritual abuse on a daily level, when all I was doing was pouring my heart out. But what they do next is, I wanted to get at, so this is kind of how it starts. And like I said, the enemy switches gears when he goes from, you know, family to love partner. But what they do is when you start to address things with the narcissist, they rage on you. And so that's part of their conditioning and their grooming. See, that's like next level stuff that, you know, you'll see that in the family, but you'll see it more in the love partner situation, because it's on a different level, and it's something that you really are more and more passionate about, because you're getting into this, pouring your love and your heart out and stuff like that. So you're able to be manipulated, in my humble opinion, even more, because, you know, this is your love partner. And in my opinion, my love partner was somebody that I was more attached to always than my hierarchy narcissist. So you're pouring so much fuel into them, and, you know, you're hoping, well, I couldn't pick, you know, the narcissist, my caregiver, but I could pick my love partner, and then they end up being worse. But they do this rage thing so that if you ever try to check them, you're going to think like 10 times, and then you're going to back off, because you don't want to deal with them doing this stuff out in public, or, you know, switching it up and putting it on you and causing a breakup, any of these things. So they put fear in you. And I always say that the narcissist can't hurt you if you don't have fear of them, if you don't let them put fear in you. But at that point, you're going to be awoke to it, and you're going to know how to deal with it, because that's just how it works. But anyway, I love y'all. Until next time, Soulja, peace. I'm out.